we're definitely going to be seeing some of the bigger tricks on the second run. I'm expecting some 9s for sure. Some big back 4s out of that cannon again.
Maybe a switch 9.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, looks like we're having technical difficulties all over the mountain right now. So just hold with us, and hopefully we get back online and running smooth soon.
Big shout out to Arc'teryx once again for outfitting our coaches and hooking up every overall winner from today with full kits. That means they get to pick their colors, they get to pick everything. You could have a full white kit for all we know. That's pretty steezy. I remember my buddy Tatum was rocking a full white kit once. Yeah, shout out Arc'teryx. Next we got Nestor's Market. Thank you to Nestor's for fueling our volunteers with food and supplies. Thank you, Nesters. Also, shout out to CTR for supplying our riders with gear. Hilton Whistler, Whistler Connection, Forecast Coffee, Mountain Kids, and Tantalus Lodge. Shout out Doug from Tantalus Lodge.
Yeah, shout out Doug. And it looks like we got our first rider coming in. With the big left 360 on that. And a big back 2 out of that flat rail there. And with a right 3 reaching for the safety grab. Oh, and a big left 3 on that bottom jump. It looks like she went massive on that.
Yeah, she might have even went to 5 there. Not too sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we can only see above the knuckle, so after she dropped over that knuckle, she might have got the extra 180 in there.
Yeah, definitely looked like she went big. All right, next up we've got
Bib 15.
Next up we've got Sage Korth out of Alberta. Yeah, once again, our top camera is not working, so unfortunately we won't be able to get those 2 top features. But bear with us here. We are trying to figure it out. Here we got Sage Korth dropping into the first jump. Let's see what she's got. If I remember correctly, she did a, left cork 7. Very nice, very clean there from Sage. Coming into the flat bar here, we got a back 4. Landing that nice and clean. Coming into the second jump here, switch. Oh, sick. Doing a big switch 5. Not quite getting the grab there. And a right 3 mute.
Yeah, that was a nice mute grab on the bottom jump.
Yeah, so spinning both ways there. Getting the left cork 7 with the switch right there. Again, that's looking over her unnatural shoulder and spinning her unnatural way. Pretty sweet run there from Sage.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, she must be stoked to put down a run on run 2 there, our final run of the finals.
Yeah, this will be their last run and their last chance to stomp a run.
Yeah. Let's see who's clutch.
Yeah. And it looks like Bib 13, Jillian Muley, is dropping in next from Alberta. Yeah, hopefully that sun peeks out again. It looks like it's getting a tiny bit cloudy out there, but the course is still looking sharp. And sorry we don't have the first camera working for the first 2 rails, but we have her coming into the jumps here. Wow, with the big cork 7, landing that perfectly. It looks like she's going into that cannon rail. Ooh, I think she wanted something a little bit more there. Oh, going into that right cork 7 on that jump. And what does she have for that final jump? Looks like a big left 3. It looked like she was grabbing for mute there.
Yeah, sick run there. It looks like she's got her left and right corks pretty dialed. Love to see that. Judges love to see you spinning both ways.
Yeah, she might have had a bit of a bobble on that cannon feature, but we'll see how the judges score it. I think she wanted to go for maybe a back 2, something a little bit bigger.
Yeah, back 2, back 4. Nonetheless, putting down a run.
Yeah, that was a solid run.
When it matters. That looks like the next rider will be Annalise Perry out of Alberta. Another rider out of Alberta.
Yeah, a lot of riders from Alberta today.
Yeah, they've got COP up there. Great training grounds for them.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yep. All right, here we go into the first feature for Annalise Perry. Coming in forward. Big left 7. Putting that one down. Coming into the cannon rail. Oh, sick back 4. Stomping that one. Coming into this first jump. Looking over her right shoulder. Oh, super sick axis on that one. Switch right 5 mute. Grabbing high mute there. And then a left 3 with a little Tindy grab there.
Yeah, Tindy grab is when you are grabbing safety but a little bit behind the boot.
Yeah. Yeah, see that grab there, grabbing high mute, really stretching that out, and I love that axis on the switch 5.
Yeah, super clean, and she looked like she landed really nice.
Yeah. Depending on that top rail section that we weren't able to see, that could be a pretty sick run.
Yeah.
Once again, don't forget to get your 50/50 tickets. The link will be in the bio. You could be winning $10,000. Tickets are $100, and there's only 200 of them. So get them while they're there. Link is in the bio, and you can also buy them at the après event at the Hilton Hotel. So, yeah, get your tickets for the après event and get your tickets for the 50/50 draw.
And make sure if you're buying your 50/50 tickets online that you have location services turned on, because you can only buy them if you're in BC.
That's right. Should be seeing our next rider sometime soon here. So far, a couple sick runs. Oh, okay, so we got someone dropping here. Let's see what they've got on this first hit. Big left 3 with a safety. Into the cannon rail. Coming straight off that one. Okay, so this is Zoe Graz-Kazuki from BC.
And it looks like she just did a straight air. She might have, 2 straight airs. She must have not liked something in her run. I think she was going for a bigger trick off that cannon rail. We saw her do a back 4 earlier.
Yeah, that last hit was for the people. She had a little shifty to a Cossack there.
Yep.
Yeah, that was Zoe Grez Kazuki coming out of BC.
Yeah, I believe we got one more rider left.
All right, so we got someone dropping in here. Big left cork 7. Going just past the last line there. And coming into the flat bar. Going front 2 off of the flat bar. Coming into this second jump switch. And we've got a switch left cork 5 with a safety grab. And coming to that last jump, right cork 7. So corking both ways on that one. Again, seeing solid left cork 7 and solid right cork 7.
Yeah.
Also seeing that switch cork 5 there.
Yeah, that was a great run.
Grab. Yeah, great run there.
Looked like on her front two, she did a bit of a shifty, almost a bit of swag on that one.
Yeah, a little bit of extra spice, a little bit of extra swag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I believe that was the last rider from the women's finals there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was.
Yeah, seeing some pretty sick tricks there, doing some corks both ways. I'm thinking back to that switch cork 5 mute with that high mute. I really like that.
Yeah,
from
that one was
Annalise
really nice.
Perry, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was Annalise.
Yeah, that was a nice one. But yeah, we do not have the scores from the judges at the moment. I believe all the scores are available on Live Heats.
Yeah, and again, we cannot see the first couple features, so it's hard for us to tell who's putting down those first 2 hits. But yeah, just bear with us here. We're going to try to get it back online. Stay tuned. We've got the second run of the men's finals coming up. Yeah, big shout out to Arc'teryx once again for outfitting the coaches and hooking up overall winners with full kits. Shout out to Nestor's Market, CTR, Hilton Whistler, Whistler Connection, Forecast Coffee, Mountain Kids, and Tantalus Lodge. Shout out to all our sponsors for making this happen.
And it looks like the men's finals are just about to start now. And first drop will be Eli Krume. We're just waiting for him. Oh, there he is. And this is Eli Krume out of Squamish, also known as Matei Jr. And massive dub 10 on that first jump. Grabbing the safety. And coming in this cannon rail. Nice, a clean back 4.
Very nonchalant.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, switch right 5 on that. It looked like he wanted a little bit more.
Huge on that last hit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he probably wanted the switch dub there on that second hit.
Yeah.
But, maybe going too fast, who knows.
Yeah, it is a tough course, and it's looking really fast out there right now. It's cooled down a little bit from the first run.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that last hit was a big Misty, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
With
Misty,
with the
Misty
mute grab.
7. And Eli is known for going big.
Yep. Yeah, that whole family is good at skiing, eh?
Yep.
Caleb Krume, Avery Krume, and Eli Krume.
And Noah Krume.
And Noah Krume, yeah. Something in their blood.
Mason.
All right, next up, we've got Mason Fly, the golden boy from Thunder Bay, Ontario. This is me and Paul's personal friend, so we're going to try not to be too biased here on this one, but we're definitely proud of him. Yeah, once again, we can't see those first two features. Sorry about that. But, big 360 off the knuckle there. Some little added flavor. Oh, coming in. Dub 10 mute. Grabbing the whole time. Landing deep. Coming off that cannon rail. Front cork forward with the safety grab. Super sick. Coming in forwards on the second jump. We've got a right Misty 9 or bio with that Japan grab. And then we got a left Misty. So linking the... Oh, sorry, that was switch.
Switch left.
Yeah, that was switch left Misty. Yeah, we'll see that again. Super sick on that dub 10. Okay, yeah, so switch Misty 9 to the left. Linking that with the right Misty. Super dope from Mason Fly. Yeah, so it looks like we won't be able to get that top camera back online. Yeah, very unfortunate, but sorry about that. We're just going to keep on going here. Yeah.
Yeah, at least we get to see some of the big action. I know we're missing some of the rails, but we get to see the big jumps, and that's where a lot of the action is going down.
Yeah, super sick run from Mason there. Putting down, a run when it counts. I like it.
Yeah. And this is their second and final run of this finals. It looks like our next to drop will be Quinlan McManus.
And don't forget, even though there is some cloud coverage, put on that sun bum. Oh, looks like he bobbled there on the first two features and is not going to be hitting the first jump there. That is very unfortunate from Quinlan. Yeah, maybe he'll ride down and get some fun jumps there on the bottom. We'll see.
And another shout out to our sponsors. We got Gibbons Whistler and Swanee Gloves, MT and PK, and Ken Johnstone HVAC.
Yeah, we also got Sunbum, like I said. Sunbum keeping our athletes sun safe and loading up on those swag bags. Thank you guys. We got 122 West, Coastal Culture, Pemberton Integrative Health, Pangea Pod Hotel, Sparkles Adventure, and Delta.
And a big shout out to Arc'teryx as well. Looks like we have another athlete dropping, Bib 98, which is Senna James Fuji. His hometown is Hakuba, Japan.
Coming out all the way from Japan here. Let's see if he can't only shred POW, but hit the park too.
Yeah, I believe we saw a big run from him last time, and a big dub 14 to the left. That was sick.
So dope.
Nice back four with the shifty. And a switch 9. Looked like he was going for the blunt crab there. Into a... Was that a right 10?
Yeah, it looked like a right 10.
Yeah, that was a crazy run from Senna. And Senna is only 15 years old. He's one of our youngest male athletes out here.
Wow, great run there. Looks like he got the safety on that switch 9.
Yeah, safety on that one.
Yeah, that's crazy. 15 years old. I don't know what I was doing at 15, but it definitely was not that.
Yeah, doing double cork 14s at 15. It's pretty big.
Yeah. Huge from Senna there. Coming out of Hakuba, Japan. Like I said earlier, if he wasn't skiing, he'd be playing baseball or being a golf pro. And I believe it. Being that young and throwing dub corks. Oh.
Our next rider is already on course, Gianni Biello.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, a bit of a crash on that Misty 4. Looks like he's okay, though. He's picking up his skis again. Yeah. But unfortunately, that run will not count for a score.
Yeah, just kind of initiating the spin a little early on that cannon rail. So kind of losing his edge and not being able to stay on axis there on the landing.
Yeah, that's a big feature, and it is tough to get a Misty out of that rail. You got to lock in.
Definitely got to lock in. You got to tighten up on this course. Yeah, and like we said earlier, that cannon rail is huge. It's about 9 feet tall. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm telling you, I do not want to hit that thing. Looks like we got another rider dropping here.
And once again, sorry we don't have the top 2 rails up and running. And this is Rowan Durning. Big dub 10. It looked like he was going for Japan there?
Yeah, I think so.
And another, there we see it again, the Misty 450 out of that cannon rail with safety grab. Coming in switch left. Big switch, with a tweaked mute. Big switch left. Bio 9 with a mute, a bit tweaked. And then going into a switch right, double cork 9.
Super sick run there from Rowan. Yeah, grabbing the, what's he grabbing here? Yeah, tweaking that mute right out. Switch Bio 9 to the left, and then linking that with the right dub 10. Super sick there. Loving the Misty out of the cannon rail, too.
Yeah, I think the judges are really going to like the tweak on the mute. We don't see a lot of athletes grabbing and tweaking, but they definitely reward it when you do.
Yeah, it just adds a whole nother layer of difficulty to the grab and the whole trick in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing that Misty in the warm-ups. Looking pretty dialed in.
Yeah. He looks like he lands it every time. And once again, it is their second and final run for these athletes.
Didn't Joel already go?
No. Only, not his second run.
So I believe next up we have Joel McNair. We'll still have to see here.
Yeah, shout out the chef crew and Joel. They put out some great videos.
Yeah, and Alec Henderson recently taken the Slush Cup home to Canada.
Yeah, that's awesome. The chef boys are really doing well.
Yeah, man, those noses under tricks. That's the new wave.
Yeah, it's looking pretty crazy. Love to see some here today.
All right.
Wait, they said 33 or 20.
So we got Drew Christensen, I believe, dropping in here next. All right, coming in forward on this first jump. Sick dub 10 there. Very clean. Grabbing safety on that one. Coming into the cannon. Oh, sick. Big back 4 with the shifty there. Kind of pausing in the air, you know. And the switch left dub 9 with the safety grab. Linking that with the right dub 10. Super sick jump line there from Drew Christensen.
Yeah, sick run from Drew. I really like the shifty out of the back 4 on the cannon rail as well. And that switch double axis is super nice. It looks like he would land that perfectly.
Yeah, it's super cool when the athletes do those shifties there. Almost gives the illusion of them pausing in the air.
Yeah.
You know, just a little extra flavor.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, a shifty is when you slightly turn your skis to the side. So, or do some sort of a pause during your spin. And it looks like next up we have Bib 32, Henry Joyal, out of Quebec. And I believe there were a few riders on the list that didn't drop, so they might have opted out of their second runs.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And it looks like we have Henry coming in now into the first jump.
Coming in forward.
Yeah, nice. Perfect dub 12 blunt, and it looked like he capped that blunt nicely. Into that flat rail. Oh, front 6 with the tail tap. Yeah, and nice switch right 9 Japan into a switch right double cork Japan, dub 9.
I think that might have been straight dub 10. I'm not too sure. That blunt was so nice.
Yeah.
Though. Super capped.
Yeah, sorry. I must have called that wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had he's spinning both ways there. He did the left 12 with the blunt, capping it off. And then he had the switch bio 9 with the Japan and ending it with a right dub there.
Yeah,
Super
that was
sick.
nice.
Representing Quebec. Once again, don't forget to get your 50/50 tickets. They are on sale now. There will be QR codes at the Après event. Also get your tickets for that. Link will be in the bio. Don't miss the action.
And we are just waiting for the judges to give us the go for the next athlete.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid run.
Yes, so far. I think we're about halfway through the list.
Yeah. Getting to that point. It's crunch time.
Yeah. A lot of these riders at the bottom of the list were qualifying higher yesterday in the qualifiers. Yeah.
Looks like we've got Misha Livinenko dropping next. Loving Misha's style today.
Oh, and we'll get to see his first jump again. We missed it in his last run.
Yeah, let's see what he's got. All right, here we got Misha from Quebec coming in forward. Oh, going trip there, I think. I think that was a trip 14.
Oh, wow.
Going for the Misty 8, I believe.
Yeah, the Misty 810 out of the rail. That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate fall there. Not getting to complete his run, and unfortunately not gonna put one down there. Yeah, that was. I guess that's debatable if that was trip. I guess it might not have been a trip, to be honest.
But seeing that, I think we can confirm the trick we saw on his first run was probably at trip 14 and not at dub 10.
Right. Yeah.
So.
And I can't remember what his run was like after that first one, but
Yeah, it was. I think it was pretty solid on the last one.
yeah, yeah. So that's looking like a good first run for Misha there. That just confirmed it for us that that first one was a trip.
But yeah, unfortunately didn't land his second run, and will not count for a score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just bobbling on that Misty 8 out of the cannon rail.
And here's our next rider. Yeah, with a big 9 blunt. And that was a left 9 blunt coming into this cannon feature. The big front 4 out of the rail. And a backflip. It looks like he is not going to do his regular run on this one. And he's going to give us some style with some big backflips. That was a massive backflip on that one. Pretty crazy.
Going to the moon there for extra style points.
Yeah, I think he might have wanted a little bit more than a 9 on the first jump. Maybe just the speed wasn't feeling right. You know, a lot of these athletes don't want to risk doing double corks if they don't have the speed locked in. So that's why we saw the backflips from him on his last 2 jumps.
Super sick, though. Loving the backflips there at the end. Looks like up next we have Oliver Neal. Got Oliver Neal dropping next here. Again, this is run 2, so this is do or die for these riders right now. They got to put something down. Let's see, coming in forward here, Oliver Neal. Oh, doing right dub 12 mute. Sick landing on that one. Coming in switch to the cannon, going super fast. Doing a switch on front 6 with that shifty in there. Coming in switch to the second jump. Doing switch dub 9 with a safety grab. And going the other way, doing a left dub 10. Very nice run from Oliver Neal there. Stomping that right dub 10 mute like it's no one's business. Sick front 6 out of the rail, and then coming into this switch dub 9. Dope.
Yeah, once again, we can't see the top rails from our view due to technical difficulties, and we're sorry about that. The rest of his run that we could see from the jumps in the rail section, or from the cannon section, looked great.
Yeah, I really like that front 6.
Yeah, that front 6 with the shifty was, amazing.
That's the only feature we can see from our tent here, so it's we get a nice view of their cannon hits. Really liking the shifty on that one.
Yep, and his mute grab on the dub 12 was also very clean, locked in.
Grabbing the whole time, stomping it.
And next up, we're going to have Jude Oliver dropping. And Jude is on the BC Park team. He is also one of the youngest athletes out here at only 15 years old. And he shouts out to his friend Jesse Downs. And coming into that first jump forward. Yeah, big left 14 safety. Going massive on that jump.
Huge.
Into that cannon rail. Back cork 8. Into a switch right, dub 12 safety. And let's see what he has down here. Yeah, a right dub 10 safety.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a clean run from Jude. Yeah, so big on that 14, almost getting to that bottom line.
Going switch left 12 there. Switch dub 12. Linking that with the right dub at the end. Super dope from Jude. Super curious to see how that scores.
Yeah. Yeah, the judges do like to see all directions of spinning. Switch left and switch right as well.
And you know, the judges also like to see you go big, and he went big. So getting a little bit of extra points for that, I'm sure. Once again, big shout out to Arc'teryx for hooking up our coaches And every overall winner of today will be getting a full Arc'teryx kit.
Yeah.
Big thanks to them.
Yeah, shout out Nestor's Market for fueling all our volunteers with lots of food supplies.
Yeah, big thanks to CTR as well. Keeping us looking fresh. I'm rocking the CTR beanie right now, and I'm loving it.
And a big shout out to Hilton Whistler for hosting our crew. We couldn't do it without you. And the Whistler Connection for making transportation easy. Thank you, Whistler Connection. Shout out to Forecast Coffee for the caffeine fix all weekend long. And shout out to Mountain Kids for supporting us with a massive cash contribution. And one more big thank you to Doug at Tantalus Lodge. We appreciate the kind support and the room discounts. Thank you, Doug.
And also thank you to Gibbons, Whistler, Swanee Gloves, MTNPK, and Ken Johnstone HVAC. Thank you guys all for your support. Also like to thank Sunbum, 122 West, Coastal Culture, Pemberton Integrative Health, Pangea Pod Hotel, Sparkle Ventures, and Delta. Big thanks to all of you guys for supporting our athletes.
Yeah, it looks like we're just waiting on the judges for this next athlete to drop. And it looks like the judges are actually now ready. And here we have dropping Ty Kargas. Yeah, and it looks like he's coming in forward to this first jump. Was that a massive 3 mute? Yeah, and it looks like he's doing a straight slide on that rail. So he must have made a bobble up on one of those first 2 rails. So we're just seeing a fun run from him.
Big cork 3 on that second jump.
Yep. Oh. And it looks like, was that a dub 10 on that last hit to the left? A carving dub 10?
Yeah, carving dub sev. Love to see
carving
it.
Dub sev, yeah.
Going all the way to the left side of the landing on that one. Yeah, almost hitting the 2 people and dodging it.
Oh, wow.
Just
Yeah,
dodging it.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that was a double cork 7. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, maybe coming a little too aggressive on that carve angle.
Yeah,
almost
I mean,
hitting the folks on the knuckle there.
When you do that trick, it is pretty hard if you don't do a wide carve. So getting that carve locked in helps a lot with the double cork 7.
Yeah, definitely.
Did they say what bib number is next?
Just waiting here on our next rider to drop. Again, sorry we don't have the feed from our top rails there. We got Aiden Mulvihill coming in here, coming forward on this jump. Will we see the 14 again? Huge dub 14, grabbing that mute, holding it, landing clean, and a big back 8 with that shifty. Really nice from Aiden there. Coming in switch the second jump. Oh, wow. Switch dub 12 with that safety. And the left 14 with a safety. Great run from Aiden there. Those are some big tricks.
Yeah, that was a great run from him, and it looks like he landed clean on each of his jumps.
Look at that torque there off the lip. Just ripping that switch dub 12.
Yeah. Yeah, that was super nice. And Aiden wants to shout out to Tate Garrett. And he wants to note that he has a Minecraft hardcore world. And me and Aiden have played a lot of Minecraft together.
Yeah. Aiden, I actually know who griefed your server, but I'm not going to say. It's a secret. But super sick run there from Aiden. Seen lots of spins, lots of rotations, going left, right, going everywhere.
Yep. Shifties on the rails. Sorry.
Yeah, and I'd like to note that switch dub was his unnatural way. Spin into the right there.
Yeah, Avery. And it looks like our next athlete is going to be Avery Makic. And he's coming in. Switch to this first jump. Let's see what he has. Oh, yeah. Switch. It looked like he wanted to go triple on that one, but we saw the switch dub 9 once again with a really nice back cork 6 Japan out of that cannon rail. And then we'll see the left 14 safety. It looks like he stomped that one on that jump into a right dub 12 mute.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a nice run. We can't really see the last jump.
Going huge on that first hit, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he wanted triple, but he held it back at 9. It was still a great run, and I think it'll score well.
And I think that's the first 14 we've seen on the second jump there.
We did see one from... on the second jump, you're right, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that might be the first 14 on that.
Yeah, first rider to be doing a 14 on that second jump. And next up, we have Landon Owen Mold. Let's see what he's got here for his second run. Yeah, once again, we do not have the feed for those first 2 rails. We apologize for that. But yeah, coming into this first jump forward. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, doing that right 14 again, going big, grabbing safety. Love to see it. Coming into the cannon with that big Misty off again, holding that Japan grab all the way through. Let's see what he's got on this jump. Switch left 12. Not too sure what he was grabbing there, but oh, sick. Going left up 12 on the last jump. Super sick from Landon.
Yeah, looks like he went pretty big on that first jump.
Yeah, grabbing Japan or safety there. Super dope, though. Going switch left. And also that cannon hit was really nice. Back Misty 4. Holding Japan all the way through. Great run there from Landon.
Looks like this will be our final rider for the men's. We got Malcolm Ferris.
Let's see what Malcolm's got for us here.
Yeah.
This will be the very last run of the comp.
And coming in forward to this first jump. Nice dub 12 blunt. I think he might have let go a little bit early. Oh.
Ooh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it looks like he just didn't lock into that rail. He was a bit on the right side of it, and not fully centered on that, and couldn't quite get the spin out. So he's just going to take a fun last lap, and that score will not count.
Doing some nose butters there on the knuckle for the people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is the last run of the 2025 Canadian National Championships.
And one more big shout out to our sponsors. Huge shout out from our platinum sponsor, Arc'teryx, for outfitting all our coaches and hooking up all our overall winners with full kits. And the great thing about that is athletes will get to pick the color of their kit that they want.
Yeah, they can get whatever color, whatever type of jacket. Pretty sick. Also, thank you to Nestor's Market. Thank you for fueling our volunteers with food and supplies. Thank you. Also, thank you to CTR for your support, for keeping us looking fresh. Hilton Whistler, shout out to Hilton Whistler for hosting our crew. We could not do it without you guys. Shout out to Whistler Connection. Transportation made easy thanks to Whistler Connection. Forecast Coffee, keeping our caffeine levels high all weekend. Thank you, Forecast Coffee, for keeping us energized. Also, Mountain Kids, massive thanks to Mountain Kids for supporting with a cash contribution. And Tantalus Lodge, I appreciate the in-kind support from Doug at Tantalus Lodge, giving us room discounts. Thank you very much.
And more from our silver sponsors. We got Gibbons Whistler, and thanks for bringing the Apres Stoke and supporting the athlete party. We got Swanee Gloves. Thank you, Swanee Gloves. And our podium winners are set with top-tier gear. MTNPK, huge thanks to them for providing 3,200 in product for officials and winners. Ken Johnstone HVAC, thank you, Ken Johnstone HVAC, for the generous cash donation.
Also like to thank Sunbum for keeping our athletes safe and keeping me safe. And those swag bags, thank you guys. Also, shout out to 122 West, Coastal Culture, Pemberton Integrative Health, Pangea Pod Hotel, Sparkle Ventures, and Delta. Big thank you to all of you guys. Your support helps us and our athletes shine. Yeah, don't forget to attend the après at the Hilton in Whistler. You can get your tickets online, or you can also get tickets at the door. There's going to be food, large patio area, an awards ceremony, and a bar. So don't forget to get your tickets to that and get on over.
And thank you, everyone who supported this event, and thank you to all the athletes, judges, officials, and other volunteers for this event.
Yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow for Dual Moguls and Big Air.
And once again, sorry for the technical difficulties today. We hope to have the stream up and running smoothly tomorrow.
This kid really rises to the opportunity when he gets the nod.
Let's get loud for recall!